My name is Humera Malik. I am CEO of Canvas AI. We are an enterprise AI company, and our mission is to make AI usable and accessible for all business users and to use AI for augmenting their day-to-day operations. Canvas has been working with different kind of enterprises over the past few years. When you look at small companies, they're looking at it more and more for efficiency purposes. As you look at some of the large companies, they are looking at it from a competitive advantage perspective. Because if you look at one or the other, you don't have to make that choices anymore with AI. So you could be a person who's sitting in HR, you could actually go through more resumes. And same thing with executives. They're processing anywhere from 250 to 500 pages of documents a week. AI can sift through all of that for them, identify what are the key things they need to look at, what are the key actions they need to take, who are the people they need to focus on. All of those things now can be done with AI, and you can do that in a matter of minutes and sometimes in seconds. When anybody asks about what are some of the next set of developments, it's hard to now even go about saying those in a matter of years because it's very hard of what's happening overnight. Nobody knew about DeepSeek 18 months ago. It was on nobody's radar. And what it did was it became the model of choice all of a sudden for millions and billions of users. One thing which is certain is we all have to be ready to embrace AI. It's actually becoming part of our lives. So consider it like electricity. So when electricity came about, that's when we started to see the electric toasters come about, refrigerators come out. Everything started to use electricity. The first wave of AI was learning from historical data. The second wave of AI, which we just saw with some of the large language models, is learning from the patterns and exposure to large volumes and large sets of data. The third is we're seeing the reasoning part being added to it. The next set of things that we would start seeing is beyond reasoning, is where AI agents and technology like that starts to take charge, where AI becomes the CTO. AI becomes that role that starts to transfer its learning to the other people and starts to guide them. Mark Anderson just said in one of the interviews was how AI is going to be becoming the next CTO. And that CTO is going to be driving what the engineering R&D teams should be doing. Engineering doesn't have to spend time in looking through what the fault lies in the code and debugging the code. AI can do that for them. So what does engineering work on? Creating better designs through AI, developing better products through AI, and everybody can focus on how do we start to distribute those products? How do we make customers more efficient? That's building a very high-performing engineering team. What industries would be right for AI? We're seeing the first set of industries that are adopting well are the ones where there's a lot of workflows that can be automated using AI. So you're seeing some of that in finance, healthcare, some of that in generic back office operations. It started from sales and marketing because I believe that was the low-hanging fruit that everybody was addressing. Content generation, content reviews, image generation, video generation. Certain other industries, like we've worked in the industrial sector for the longest time, we've seen some adoption of it. Now we're seeing mass adoption both at the operational level as well as the business level. One thing that every AI entrepreneur should know is you can be disrupted in no time. Last week when OpenAI launched Operator, there was a handful of companies that had raised about $500 million from investors like Sequoia, from investors like Y Combinator. That money is now completely eroded because those companies are out of business. And why? Because Operator, the agent that OpenAI launched, was able to do the browser automation that these companies were doing.